Hey team, hope you're well. It's time for your punishment. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I've wanted to do a video for a while, have a little bit of a rant. I was going to do this video as I walked around and did my exercise, but it's just started to rain, so I'm in the car now. Anyway, yeah, just something really obvious has just struck my mind. I've been meditating over everything that's happening around the world and checking. I don't check that many mainstream news anymore. I might glance at it, I might see the headlines, but basically I saw a video by Lee Camp about 2 days ago, and I thought he made some really good points, which I've been waiting for from the States. And basically it was this, it was if you get caught up in the corporate news and the narrative of this person said that and that person said this, and you can actually waste a lot of time. You're wasting your time on the corporate establishment news. But that's not the point that I was thinking of. That's just something that came to my mind. But I thought that was basically the reality of the situation, that now around the world, as you know, I've got 15 websites, so I try to check the local news from those geographical areas regularly in the mainstream, but I like to always use local sources. For example, if I'm looking up the Middle East news, I like to look at a Middle Eastern website or media outlet from the Middle East, or that's trying to base themselves in the Middle East. I won't look up like a Western based media outlet, but if you go on the search engines, you'll find that the Western large corporate media news outlets will always get the first listing on the first page for news, even though they got nothing to do with the area. You know, it could be anywhere. It could be like news in, you know, Kazakhstan, and you'll find a Western media will be on the first page. So I might scroll down and keep looking for like a media outlet that's in Kazakhstan. Okay. But basically they're all doing the same things. They'll talk about just the perpetuation of the system, right? They'll just keep bringing up the perpetuation of the system and what keeps it the status quo going. Okay, so if you're looking at these news outlets, you're basically wasting your time. If you want to see any progress in improving humanity's conditions, you're wasting your time on these outlets because they all have the same agenda. Okay, you've got to dig deeper. You've got to look for independent news. Now some of these social media giants are supposedly clamping down on news, blah blah blah, and this is why, because they can't control the narrative. All right, they can't. There's just, every phone now is an opportunity for an independent news outlet. Okay, every mobile phone. All right, so they're trying to like clamp down on this narrative so they can control it. But that's not the point I was going to bring up. The point I was going to bring up, as what I'm observing here in Australia, is that the governments now, particularly the Western governments, have a huge dilemma, in the sense that one thing that this COVID pandemic has revealed is that if the governments want to, they can make rules and laws and regulations which have power. Okay? They have power when it suits them. So now they have the dilemma, which this is going to take a while to sink into everyone. But now they've proven they've got the power to make everyone wear masks, close shops, stop all the flights. Okay, this is enormous power. This is enormous political power that the governments have utilized. Now it's going to take a while, I believe, but now they're faced with this dilemma. If you have all this power, why can't you make things better for the basic average person? Why can't you improve things? Why can't you shift? Why can't you transition to a sustainable economy? Why can't you equal up the playing field? The economic playing field for small business and small people. Why can't you do that? You have this power. Why aren't you using it? So this is going to take a while to sink into everyone. But as what I believe is happening in Australia, they have no strategy. They have no vision. They have only, let's go back to business as usual. It was already a failed system. It's already failed. Okay, look. The economies are crushed. There's just money printing. So now this is going to take a while, but eventually people are going to start to think, well, hang on a sec. They had all this power. Why can't they make things better? Why can't they improve things? So they have selective power, you see. So now they're faced with this dilemma. So I hope other people can. I hope you guys are aware of this, and you put it to your representatives, to your political representatives, that why can't they make things better? The other thing that struck me about this time is the complete continuation of the real estate developer economy. Okay, it's just such a failure. It's just look at the homelessness in the USA. A lot of it's based on the cost of living somewhere, of renting, buying. A lot of it's based on that. It's forcing people out on the streets because they can't afford anywhere. So the inflation in that area is exploding. Yet they keep pushing this developer real estate economy. Okay, now I know there's a lot of people that work that are employed by these industries, but we can transition our economies. Particularly here in Australia, we have the room to transition our economies and keep people in jobs. Why aren't they doing it? Why isn't this in the mainstream news? Why isn't your political representative bringing this up? We're going to head for a new era of political leadership, not just people who can keep the system going. The system doesn't need these bureaucrats to keep it going. It does not need it. The whole economy is structured to that developer real estate economy. It doesn't need their help. Don't believe those lies when they say, oh, you're doing good for the business, you're keeping the system going. That's all lies, because the system doesn't need these bureaucrats. It doesn't need them to pander it. It will keep going. What it needs is for politicians and people to stand up and transition us to a better system, a fairer system. Anyway, I'm on the climate sustainability thing, but I think that is the most simple way to go. Look after the planet, and it'll look after you. For thousands of years, Indigenous people have been proving that. Okay, they've proved it. All this knowledge that they've got about ecosystem survival and different methods and medicines and all those things, okay, that should be taken more seriously. Anyway, this video has gone for nearly 10 minutes and I'm just pulled over. Anyway, I got those thoughts there. If you want to interject into that subject, please leave a comment. This is Green to Stay, Ian, Make Eco Fun, signing out. Over and out.